workers that continue to attend to our people even in these challenging times. I, in the same breath, want to extend, on behalf of the People Power Movement, my sympathy to those that continue to face the brutality of those that are supposed to protect them. I was watching yesterday with misery a lady called Asumpta Najuko, who is our neighbor here in Kamocha. She's a midwife and she was brutalized by the LDU when she was rushing to attend to a pregnant woman. Unfortunately, the woman ended up losing her baby and the midwife was beaten so badly, even when she identified herself. We stand in solidarity with you. Please don't be discouraged by the brutality and the disrespect of those disrespectful officers. The nation stands with you. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, to address about 8 issues in this press conference. First and foremost, we want to address the concern of the extension of the lockdown and the effects it continues to have on our people, especially the poor people. As you all know, we initially supported the lockdown because it was a measure to combat the spread of the coronavirus. However, it has so far been abused by those that rule over us. As Ugandans continue to be locked down in their homes and facing all the challenges that come with the lockdown, we have seen truck drivers flocking, and indeed most of the cases have come from the truck drivers in a very questionable manner. So this worries the Ugandans, whether the lockdown is even justified anymore and whether the spread of the disease is stopped in that manner. Secondly, we want to address the issue of the masks. We watched the president yesterday saying that masks are going to be availed to the people of Uganda, and yes, he was saying that the only masks that he thinks are useful are the masks that are produced by government. However, in the past, ladies and gentlemen, we have been advised by the experts that for as long as a cotton piece of cloth can block the the droplets from going out of one's mouth or coming into somebody's mouth or nose, that can help. And indeed, our own Minister of Health one time advised us to improvise about the masks. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that people are going through challenges, but good enough, Ugandans are very creative people, and they've gone ahead to come up with their own masks under the circumstances. And a good example is the one that I'm putting on. This, apart from being fashionable, we believe can combat in a substantial way the spread of the coronavirus. So we continue to, to encourage the people of Uganda to use their own creative ways to improvise the masks, as we have seen very many formidable people proudly donning their Kitengi masks and the other masks that they produce. We believe that we shouldn't wait for the government to provide masks to all Ugandans, which government has so far failed to even provide food to a small fraction of the population. It brings questions in our minds whether the government is actually able to deliver on its assertions. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, and this is very important, this is the food distribution, hunger and starvation that is going on in Uganda. Initially, after we passed 59 billion shillings to buy food for Ugandans, and yes, after the government pledged to provide food for the people in Kampala and Wakiso, a total of 1.5 million people, more than a month later, we all know that very many people have not received food. Even those that received food initially, it is not there anymore. They continue to face hunger. It then comes as a question that if those 1.5 million people have not gotten the food, what about the rest of the country that continue to face the same challenge? So we think that the government is failing completely on this, and we demand better answers on the food distribution. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past, many Ugandans have been concerned about the fate of Ugandans that are stuck abroad. I want to particularly focus on the Ugandans that are stuck in China, and the reason is because these, unlike many other Ugandans, have been facing xenophobic attacks. Many of them, as all of you saw, have been turned away from public facilities like hospitals, and it was our desire to make an effort to repatriate them. As you all know, with our friends from America and other places that are patriotic and that are concerned about the fate of black people who are being mistreated on account of their skin color, we offered to repatriate all those Ugandans back home. The planes were availed, and the government of Uganda did not have to spend a coin. All we were asking of the government of Uganda is to allow those people back home. They would be quarantined for a necessary period, and this would save them from further dehumanization. Unfortunately, as you saw, our pleas were rejected by the government of Uganda. It is therefore unfortunate that recently we saw the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Sam Kutesa, clearing the entry of the rich and powerful. And even before that, we had been getting information that the families of those that rule over us were actually being jetted into the country, even when the airport was closed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerians repatriated their Nigerians. The South Africans repatriated their people, and the Kenyans also accepted their people back home. We actually had to spend money to buy tickets for Kenyans to return back home because the Kenyan government was accepting the Kenyans back home. Unfortunately, we could not buy tickets for our fellow Ugandans. Why? Because the government of Uganda denied them access to their country. We even have Ugandans that have made our nation proud. We all know that our fellow artist Eddie Kenzo is stuck outside Uganda, and even when he could be airlifted by friends, he would not be allowed back home. We think that is double standards. We think that is treating Ugandans with discrimination, and we continue to condemn it.